Hello, today we're traveling back to one of the most fascinating milestones in human history, the birth of the first pyramid. Long before the majestic pyramids of Giza, a structure rose on the lands of Egypt, marking the beginning of an era. It wasn't just a tomb built with stones, it was a masterpiece born from the quest for immortality, the desire to unite with the gods, and the brilliance of human ingenuity. Initially, Egypt's pharaohs were buried in relatively simple structures called mastabas. These were rectangular tombs with an above-ground superstructure and underground burial chambers. However, Pharaoh Djoser envisioned something far beyond the ordinary. He wanted to be remembered not just as a leader but as a god after his death. To achieve this, he commissioned a project that would forever change architectural history. Enter Imhotep, one of the greatest architects of all time. Djoser tasked Imhotep with designing a monument that would symbolize his eternal journey. Imhotep revolutionized the traditional mastaba by stacking 6 layers on top of one another, creating a structure that stood an astonishing 60 meters high. This structure, which we now know as the Step Pyramid, was history's first pyramid. The pyramid was built in the necropolis of Saqqara, marking the beginning of stone architecture in ancient Egypt. Unlike earlier tombs made of mud brick, this one was entirely constructed from limestone blocks. Each block symbolized a step in the pharaoh's ascent to the heavens to join the sun god Ra. But why the step design? Because it represented a staircase for the pharaoh's soul to ascend to the sky and reach the divine realm. The interior of the pyramid was just as intricate as its exterior. Beneath the structure lay a labyrinthine system of tunnels spanning nearly 5.7 kilometers, filled with ritual artifacts meant to accompany the pharaoh into the afterlife. These details reflect not only an architectural achievement but also a profound spiritual belief system. We must take a moment to appreciate Imhotep, the mastermind behind it all. He wasn't merely an architect, he was also a physician, a writer, and a priest. His genius left such a lasting impression that he was later deified and associated with Thoth, the god of wisdom. Imagine a builder whose name became immortalized as a divine figure. But why were the ancient Egyptians so obsessed with building such monumental structures? For them, death was not an end but a transition to a new life. The pharaohs believed they would unite with the gods after death. The pyramids were physical manifestations of this union, with their triangular shape reflecting sun rays that connected the earth to the heavens. Each stone was envisioned as a step in the pharaoh's celestial journey. Djoser's step pyramid became a turning point in ancient Egyptian history, inspiring generations of pharaohs to follow in his footsteps. Pharaoh Snefru, for example, refined pyramid construction with creations like the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid. Later, Snefru's son, Khufu, commissioned the Great Pyramid of Giza, elevating this architectural tradition to its peak. Yet, no matter how grand the pyramids became, they all drew inspiration from Djoser's revolutionary design. The mysteries of the pyramids don't end here. They were more than tombs, they were spiritual tools, and perhaps even sources of cosmic energy. Some theories suggest that the pyramids were strategically built along Earth's energy lines and that their purpose extends beyond engineering explanations. Who knows, perhaps these structures truly were bridges between gods and mortals. And so, the journey that began with the Step Pyramid not only shaped the history of Egypt but also laid the foundation for one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever seen. The pursuit of immortality gave rise to one of humanity's most remarkable achievements. And this was only the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll explore the mysterious connections between the Egyptian pyramids and their role in the pharaoh's quest for eternal life. Dim the lights and get ready to dive into the depths of this ancient enigma. Thanks for watching.